This video is particularly something different. I'm not gonna be just here talking, I will be just speaking like you, like someone who is talking like a video or a webcam, something like that. I think this could be quite interesting for most people. What I really use, what softwares do I use for even creating that little one course or a video? As a very little creator, I'm not telling I'm a super successful or even successful. I still have to go a lot, and I have to make a lot of achievements and achieve stuff and do a lot of stuff that, let's say, like micro creator, someone who is trying to build more stronger background and more better creations and more creating stuff, like learning stuff and creating and teaching and all of that combination. So the softwares that mostly I use for creating stuffs are actually licensed. So you have to get a licensed software or program. Now, in terms of internet, if you really use an illegal object, let's say picture, video, or anything, it's not a good idea, and it's not a best practice to create and publish anything like that. There could be a lot of damages, and there could be a lot of things that you need to avoid when you make those kind of things, when you produce with unlicensed item. First of all, I have Adobe. Adobe is the very best thing that I have, that I invest, even though I'm not using all those things, all those programs, but I do use Photoshop, Premiere, and Lightroom, and these three, and XD as well. As a student, you will get a discount, probably like 35, something like that in Canadian, but in state it would be different, or in other part of the world, Europe and Australia, it would be totally different, in different prices in each countries based on the currency value, I guess. And while you get the Adobe, you will be getting the stock images for free, so only the free part, and you'll be able to license it as many as you want it, and you can use it for your projects. That's something you need to consider. And then I use Microsoft 365 business plan. This is something that gives me, and it gives me a lot of things, like SharePoint, for example, or Outlook, so I can teach things and I can create content with it. This is something that the other application doesn't have, and the other stuff doesn't have, actually. So it's more relevant to that, and it's more better than that. So and also you will get a long access to the other stuff, like the whole packages and desktop thing, and one terabyte and all that stuff. So it's expensive than personal, but still you need to have that once you're in creator career, or in creator mode, something like that. And I use ChatGPT. Without ChatGPT, I won't be able to do a lot of stuff. Like even proofreading would be hard with other applications like Grammarly. There's a lot of advertisement, but with ChatGPT that OpenAI has created, it's more like you have control on, and it's your ChatGPT. You don't need to do a lot of stuff. With Microsoft, they created the new ChatGPT thing. I think it's not useful as that one, and it cannot do a lot of stuff. I mean, I would like to have Windows without that. The one they call it is Copilot. So Copilot is basically, I do not believe in Copilot, right? So, however, I create content with it, so it's fine. The other applications I use is music artists. So music artists are so different, and they are actually, it's better so to use licensed kind of music and tracks, to avoid any kind of thing that you may need to avoid. So let's say if you are if you're using an unlicensed really music, this means that you will be still in trouble. So you need to avoid that. And the more you use licensed terms, the better it is for you, and the better it is for everybody actually. So, and that's my point right now, and for a lot of stuff and for a lot of things to create on. And the only thing that I really would like to create with something is through the licensed terms, not the illegal terms. In Afghanistan, let's say when I was there, so I had no resources, I had to use something. But right in here, I don't need to use any illegal stuff, particularly for publishing. I mean, no one has to use here, or unless it's a very broken country. That's the whole, yes, except there are like applications, like personal application that I use for listening to music, like Spotify and sometimes other services, which is really not considered. And for learning purposes, I use Skillshare and Udemy, and that's only two services that I use. I do not believe in other services, so that I use only Skillshare, in particularly besides YouTube, those two ones. So I actually don't use the other platforms. I think that's the whole thing, but there could be some applications on the way, but this is the whole thing really that I use for nowadays. So but I will comment down below what I was missing during this little vlog video. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe now.